All right, guys, it's Copper Cutlass, and I guess this is like round 3 on this fucking video, but really don't have a lot going on. Everything is kind of like pretty good, but I have to kind of keep making these videos because otherwise our numbers will keep going down. Last year, as you guys know, things were kind of lean. My wife was hurt. I wasn't out here as much. We had issues with everything across the board on everything we worked on. Finally, it looks like after almost a year of struggling, we kind of got things going in kind of the right direction. We went to the track last weekend and testing went very well with the old 750 that my buddy Dave and I, went through. And by him and I kind of helped out. He had the recipe figured out and we did it all at his place. And the carburetor just worked good, straight, slapped it on, just set the idle mixture screws, set the fast idle, and we let it eat. And obviously the conditions for us were not the greatest because I think I mentioned that the wife and I went out the night before and we stayed out too late, and the call was made to go out and test Saturday last minute, and I was already a bunch of drinks in, so I'm like, you know what, we'll pay for it tomorrow. And we kind of did. I mean, our lights as the day went on and got longer were getting worse and worse, but our best worst light was like a 010 red and like a 020 red. So like we're right there. We just have to figure out where to launch the car, because now that even though the 60-foot times didn't change, it's actually kind of crazy how responsive the carburetor is, if that makes sense. Because now when I hit it from a dead, kind of a stomp, it goes. I still have the HEI in it. I haven't put the MSD in it. We're not touching anything. We're just going to run it as is right now. Everything is working, and we have the MSD distributor with us in case we need it. I got a bunch of HEI parts with me in case if I needed them. Even in the past, it's happened. But we're going out to an index race next weekend, and the whole purpose of that, it's almost going to be like a glorified test and tune. I want to see how close the car is going to run to the number on the index, and mainly worry about getting good lights, So we're going to be running it next weekend, and hopefully things go good. The car doesn't need a whole bunch of work. We did a bunch of work a couple weeks ago. We did the compression test, did an oil change. There was a bunch of crud in the pleats and kind of coming out of the pump, not the pump, but the sump. But keep in mind, we did break an oil pump, and I didn't go through the entire engine. I just pulled a couple bearing caps off. Everything looked good, put them back in. So some of that stuff could have been residual from that stuff, and it's had the oil's been in there since like August. So since I put this engine back together with the Moroso pan and the stuff I stole from the other engine, ever since that, which actually I think part of one of the parts that I found in there was actually the shim from the old distributor, because I stole the oil pump and the pickup and the pan from the J-headed engine. So that stuff kind of finds its way through stuff, but oil pressure is still good on the car. We obviously ran it last weekend. It was super hot. The only time the oil pressure gets bouncy on this thing is when it's really, really, really hot. And I mean like saturated hot. For the most part, I haven't had any issues in the past. It's done the same thing. This engine's got like 6 seasons on it, so really it's kind of time to put it on the bench, sell it to somebody who wants to freshen it up, and just kind of cut our losses. We do have somebody interested in the 350 with the J-heads, but that person's in no rush. I do want to fire it up before I sell it. And but I also kind of want to wait until the season is over in case if I do need a backup. We are going to be building that 427 Chevy I talked about, but there is going to be kind of a change of course of path, because I think what I should be doing is a little bit of a different approach, since I'm going to be changing engine brands here. But I think it'll be the smart way to go about it, and small hammer approach, right? So we'll get into that when we cross that path and road and whatever, but I'll let you guys go. Share, like, subscribe. That's going to help me out a lot. Share whatever fucking videos you want to share, man. The best ones are like the Christmas special where it's got a lot of racing. That one's cool. And then, we've had the Pontiac off the frame, in this garage. We've actually had this car off the frame in this garage before I even started a YouTube page. But we've done various engine builds and transmission builds, and I didn't really document my buddy Tim's engine and transmission rebuild because it's kind of not my stuff. So I just tend to focus on what I'm doing. But for the most part, I'm going to be jamming every single video I have from the season at the end of this video, and then there's going to be a standalone video of all of that footage. There's more of their cars than mine, but obviously that blue Mustang, you guys know, I think I mentioned it, we put that 351 Windsor together in my basement, and we also put his 4R70W electronically controlled transmission together in my basement, and he's had nothing but success with the stuff so far. Everything's been working really good. He's on the cusp of 11s. He's running 11.0s, and just car is running really, really well. So I'm happy for him. It's really exciting to see your friends do really, really good with new combinations, and I am very happy to just be a part of that, which is another reason why I also decided to kind of change brands. It's like, you know, I'm kind of stuck where I'm at unless I spend a lot of money. So I kind of have to find a way to get cubic inches but keep the RPM. And the 427 Chevy, I think, is a perfect platform for us, short of building a small block. I really need all the grunt I can get, which is the beauty of the 350 olds, is that it just builds a bunch of torque and it'll spin to the moon. I mean, we've had this car north of 7,000 RPM. Obviously, components are key. Fasteners are key. The rods are still stock. Crank is still stock, but the pistons are really light in the current 6-head motor that's in this car. So we'll let you guys go. Share, like, subscribe, and hang in there because I'm going to try to do more coverage on the racing now that I found my selfie stick. That'll be kind of cool. So, yay, selfie stick. It was not supposed to fucking rain. I don't know. I put up the driver's side. I don't know about the passenger side.
It was down.
How's life going? Well, my back sucks, and this is breakfast.
1167, 118. Street bike, I'll take you, lane 11. Street bike, lane 11.
$11.66.